loading snacks.
What it do? Snackers, snackettes, and snack X's. It's your boy Gage. And as usual, I got Jokes.
Yo!
And Sin.
What happening?
And we are joined by the most awesome Joe Colton Cosplay hanging out with us. What's
Thanks
up, Joe?
for having me, guys.
How do you feel?
Really good.
Good.
I missed
That's
you guys.
We miss you
we
too.
miss you too. we miss you too. Look, 1 2 Cribble says, "Hi, Joe." Hi, Joe.
Hi, guys.
They're so excited. Look, for those of you who are joining us or already here or just jumping in, you are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about all kinds of things that are happening in pop culture. And today, we are going to talk about Joe Colton.
I am not pop culture.
Yeah, sure you are.
Yeah, you are.
You are specifically pop culture. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about Netflix. We're going to talk about this guy who set a record watching Spider-Man a bunch of times. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. But
What you mean? You didn't set the record? What you mean?
hey, listen, bro. Hey,
Is
Jokes.
he on the Guinness Book of World Records? Nope.
Yeah, he
Oh,
set
he
a Guinness record.
Oh.
It's real. We're going to get into it.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited, Joe. People are yelling. Kill it, what up? Hey, Robert Deans, what up? Heather, what's up?
Hi, guys. Oh, my God. There's a lot.
Everyone is so excited to see you, Joe, and I am exactly the same. I mimic that. It's been too long. I think we might not see each other in person again until Awesome Con.
Yes.
Will you be at Awesome Con?
That sounds right.
Yes. They just haven't announced me, so.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Because we get to recreate the picture that we did at last Awesome Con.
Which one?
Right.
The awkward one or the other?
Yeah, why stop at one? Why not just recreate both? Leah says see you Saturday.
Oh, hey.
I'm with that. Joe, you and your hubby owe me a hug next time I see you.
Okay.
That's what it says.
Simple as that.
I'm all for it. I'll do it.
Hug. You best hug. Joe, listen, I'm gonna run you through a little bit of the rigmarole here. Doctor Who, what's up? Everybody who comes on the show now, it has become a regular thing for me to ask.
Okay.
Just Savage Gaming, what up?
What up?
Like, hey.
Kidlit, wait a minute. Kidlit messed up my wrist, so I can't type too much as usual. But if I can't say anything, sending love. Hope everybody's doing great. We hope you're doing great too, Kidlit. Leah said the Star Wars shoot set. She'll see you Saturday.
Not this Saturday. The next one.
The following Saturday.
Yeah, because this weekend is Greek Easter, and I'm making a leg of lamb.
Okay. For Greek Easter. I'm gonna have you tell me exactly what that means in a moment. But first,
Oh God.
I need to know
what
your pop culture poison is. What is the geek thing, the pop culture thing that makes you weak in the knees? You can't live without it. You have to have it. What is it? Is it Star Trek? Is
it like fandom-wise, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Was that too hard?
Okay. You haven't left the house yet, but like this is like the least amount of. It's bad. So I collect action figures, art, screen use props, costumes. Obviously, I make screen actor costumes. I make other like whatever costumes. Like, I don't think my husband understood what he was getting into when he was like, oh. Well, I was in an apartment before here, and the maintenance men would come in and be like, oh, your husband or your boyfriend's stuff's really cool. And I was like, I don't have one of those. That's my stuff.
Oh.
I got rid of that.
Did they then look at you like,
No.
Oh, well, we know why. You don't have one of those. They think like, oh,
No,
what?
it was like the one guy was like, really? Like you're like this?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So does that mean it's too difficult for you to choose? You can't pick a thing? Yeah.
I feel like you need to ask Wes that question.
You think Wes could tell me what the thing is you can't live without?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh.
I'm going to ask him.
Okay.
Where is he?
Wes.
There it is.
There it is. Now they come on. What, they want me on screen? What?
Wait. Yeah. Screen use props. Ritzy.
Saw that coming a mile away.
Have you seen this lady as a Klingon, as Scarlet, as Wonder Woman? You shouldn't make her choose, Gage. No, I'm supposed to make her choose.
Right.
Like I could have said, Joe, they're going to put you on an island for a month, and you can only have one fandom. What fandom must it be?
Wow.
Is she camera ready?
No,
All the time.
is he camera ready? Is Wes camera ready?
You have to like lower yourself.
What?
No, that's a good shot. I like how I'm here.
There he is.
Here, hold on. Let's do this.
What's the question?
Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's
Oh
swap
my
this
God.
out. Wham. Wes, if Joe had to stay on an island for a month and could only choose one fandom to take part in, what would it be? She said you had to answer this.
Why put me on the spot?
What?
You put me on the spot for you.
What thing can I not live without other than you?
Oh no, you could probably live without it.
Okay.
I mean, it's fucked up that you would say that.
She just said, okay. Like, all right. Sure.
You're supposed to deny that.
No.
Thank you for just
Always.
roasting me on
It's fine.
television.
It's just live in front of a bunch of people. It's not.
Right.
I don't know if I,
Is it okay? Is it Star Trek? Is it Wonder Woman? Is it like what would you have to have?
He's like, hold on, let me turn it.
Then you gotta go look. You really can't choose. It's that bad for you, is it?
Well, she does everything.
Okay, that's fair. That would
off
be
the top of my head, I have to say Star Trek
okay.
because, like, you don't. I feel like we have more invested in Star Trek than anything in this house.
Okay.
It's not just costumes; it's other stuff.
I feel like she's looking at you like you haven't seen some monetary records or something. Like when you're
Right.
you're like, is that what you think? Because I've spent some money.
She's thinking about that secret bank account she got right now.
Right. that secret double life. Exactly. Wes, I want you to know that everyone.
They know that I don't.
Exactly. Everyone in the chat is saying hi, Wes.
Yeah.
So say hi to everybody.
Hello, I am
There
the
it is.
husband.
They know me.
New husband.
No, it's fine.
Indeed. Okay.
Made that joke.
So you can't choose.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Okay.
All right. He's choosing Star Trek.
Star Trek. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's you know what? Tell me this then.
Okay.
What am I missing by not going on a Star Trek cruise?
I can't answer that one. I've never been on one. That's all.
What am I missing? What what you can't are you unable to put it into words? Look, I'm not going to make you stay on the big screen.
So it's the entire atmosphere becomes like you're walking into the promenade. You're walking into a Quark's bar.
Sure.
Without being on a set, they've made things look like a set.
Yeah.
There's Leah singing on a piano bar, like the atmosphere, like you're like almost you're immersed into it, and then you have like actors walking by, they'll have a drink with you, they'll chat with you, and then like maybe take a picture, maybe not, and then like walk away. And then the other thing is like you meet a ton of fans, There's a lot of libations.
Sure.
A lot of, just
It is like living
Maggie,
in
William
the
and I. So it's
well that too. We're missing Maggie for sure, and Will for sure. Is it so? It's when you go, you're not just on a cruise where everybody just. It's not like going to a Star Trek convention where there just happen to be a lot of people like in cosplay. It's a little more like LARPing Star Trek on a cruise.
It's like a cruise, but you can have like Star Trek bathing suits.
Sure.
So each night was themed. There's like a toga night, like
Okay.
Gorn in a toga. So people were dressing up in togas, or like I did a pink dress from TOS that was a toga from a specific episode.
Right.
Like, but you don't have to dress up. You could just be on the cruise in a Star Trek t-shirt and then go on the excursions. Like,
are there people on this cruise who have no idea that this is a Star Trek thing? Like, are there shocked individuals like the way we feel when we're in a hotel for a convention and we know somebody just thought they were going on their honeymoon and like staying and they had no idea?
So this time it was the Carnival cruise. So it was just the Star Trek people.
Okay.
And they were at 50% capacity because of COVID. But the cruise we went on to before COVID, the year before COVID, was the Norwegian, and they had empty seats. So they gave them like on a discount. And non-fans walked in on the cruise ill-prepared for what was happening. Like they were like sort of enjoying it, but like some people engaged and were like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. So some people were like, this is not what I signed up for. And I was like, he's not gonna go.
I feel like they should have put up a disclaimer, like, just if you're getting these tickets, you're going on a Star Trek cruise.
See, so like, who is that? Like, that's a Klingon.
As it was ending, as we were coming back into port, they were taking down all the Star Trek stuff. Because the week after was the 80s cruise. So it was like everything 80s-tastic, like neon pink. And
you just stay on the boat. You're supposed to stay on the boat.
It's like Gabe's ready that face like, oh, that's what's up. I'm trying to do that one.
You do that.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right. So I'm missing out. I need to go on a Star Trek cruise. I can tell you now, I wouldn't dress up, but I'd go.
Yeah. I would love to do a convention that was a cruise convention. Oh, that was like all fandoms.
Shouldn't we do that? Let's put something together.
Yes.
Let's just make that happen. I would be willing to bet that there are plenty of people in the chat who would do that for sure. Plenty of people. Joe, how long have you been cosplaying?
Since 2009. I'm old.
Okay. How long have you? No, you're not. How long have you been acting? It says so on your Instagram profile. It says cosplayer and actor.
So I've done a lot of plays, and I've done fan films. So I did a Dread fan film, Star Trek. I've been in commercials, and then I'm working. Actually, finished my first script that I wrote, and so
that's what's up.
It took 9 months because I'm an insane person and I don't want to just like write stuff out. Like I wanted to make sense, and as you're reading it, you need to be able to see it play out in your head.
So you needed that extra time.
I liked having that extra time. Like I dictated it to my phone as I was like just doing whatever if an idea pops into my head, and then like I rearranged it and had a bunch of script writers look at it, and a bunch of guys who've done either documentaries or full-length movies look at it. And so
people are upset at you for calling yourself old. I want you to recognize that you are being I could be one of them. You're younger than I am. Just Savage Gaming. K-Sean, what up, man? Said, imagine a Walking Dead crew and a real zombie outbreak happens. Like
too close.
Dope.
Too real.
But then he said, I'm not with the cruises, bro. Spoken like a person who truly can't swim. K-Sean, that's what I'm gonna imagine.
I love cruises. Absolutely
love them. I lived in Trinidad for over a year. Let me tell you the amount of people that live on an island that can't swim.
I mean, okay. I guess if you're not going anywhere,
but you might have to evacuate at some point.
then you better do it on a boat.
Give me a boat.
Yep.
Better be a boat.
You better give me that
You better-
jacked plank from
you better have a
Titanic, and I will sit on that and float off somewhere.
It's possible that I'm younger than you. We might be the same age. I'm being I'm being yelled at in the comments now. Cruise ships are gross. Can't swim. I just need to be able to not swim, but for 20 hours, nah. You just float on a door, like in the Titanic movie. You just hold on until they come get you out of the cold.
And never let
cold
go.
water.
You'll be fine.
And also you're in the room literally just to sleep. So if you go to bed at 1, you're gonna wake up for breakfast because there's free breakfast.
Oh, you're
Sure.
waking up for that.
Foodie, I need.
Sure.
I don't usually eat breakfast, but on a cruise or on vacation, I'll eat because I don't know when the next meal is because of all the stuff I'm going to be doing. So
Okay, that's fair. One person was fitting on that door. First of all, I want you to know that's a lie. If you watch Titanic, both of them could have fit on that door.
Easily.
Yeah.
They both could have fit on that door. I'm still upset by that.
that's a choice.
Yeah, that was definitely a choice and I would have made one. You
No.
making some space for me. We are
Ooh,
getting
gang.
on this door. We're getting on this door. There's no way. Joe, can we look at some of your cosplays? Do you mind?
Sure. No.
Good, because I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
I like this. We're gonna cycle through some things.
Okay.
Feel free to tell me about them. Where okay, let me ask you a question. Do
Okay.
you generally scout locations for your own shots, or do you trust the photographers who take your shots to find locations?
So
Or is it a combination?
it's a combination. So for something like the Baroness, I would need a fort or something that looks industrial, almost spray painted.
Sure.
Other thing.
Why are you laughing at that?
I was not expecting a butt shot.
I mean, it's covered.
It's covered.
I
Yeah.
know.
covered.
Otherwise, I usually scout with the photographer just so I can see if I can move, if I'm have a cape or something, if I could flail the cape or that
Like
was in the backyard. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Did someone fluff your cape and then run?
yes. So
Okay.
you can't see is Wes grabbing the corner
Uh-huh.
and fluffing it up
Yeah.
after Sean Price
Yeah.
had lit a
Flare or
Flare.
flare or a smoke bomb.
okay.
And so they lasted a minute, so he got into place. And I think that's the one that he lit, but Wes was also lighting them, so it was different. It's
Combination.
one of my earliest photos, and I absolutely love it.
It's
Still to
awesome.
this day.
It's awesome. Look at you.
So I'm making the wings for that.
Are you?
Ooh.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to put this part of it together?
Okay, so I have a leather maker that
I
had
wanna
done
See your face while we
my
talk about that.
Linda Carter Wonder Woman outfit that
Yeah.
I had back in the day. And so those guys closed up shop. They used to do costumes for DOMs and the LGBTQIA community and some drag queens, but they didn't realize some women are not the same shape.
Yes.
Some people have wider hips.
More hips than others. Mm-hmm.
Yes, other people have bigger breasts than others, or
With
smaller.
an extra S. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they closed up shop. They didn't want to do it anymore. They wanted to do other things. And then I found Airship Isabella when I was putting together my dread costume, and their leather worker wanted to start his own company, and Airship Isabella wanted to do more paranormal stuff. So they branched out. And so I now have a leather worker.
Put that on screen.
Screen.
Copious bosom. I think that might be my favorite combination of those two words right now. Like I don't think I've ever straight up. J. Robert D said, I don't think Kidlet has ever seen Joe in person out of costume.
Oh,
They met when Kidlet was 6. And
yes.
Joe was the Baroness, one of Joe's iconic cosplayers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah,
Oh,
so then that costume, the training Diana costume, was the first one he did. And then I said, can you make the hero suit? And he said, yes. I said, but you need to hide all of the like wherever it's fascinated. Like you cannot see. And he's like,
Right.
what? I was like, I don't want you to show the corset, the snaps, like nothing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, all right, let's do this.
Let's do this.
He likes the challenge. I dig that.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I see what kind of person you are. And so then with the gold, he was like, I'm telling you right now, to get it to mirror off of leather is just, I've never done that before. And he's like, I love all the projects. So it took him like 7 months almost to figure out the paint. So that way it didn't bubble up, peel off, separate from the silver, shined, stayed on, and like, so then I had to also match the paint with my shoes that I had gotten, and then I had a friend 3D print the helmet, then I put it together and then painted that.
Joe, I want to say that's a lot of work. Like I want to say that's a lot of work, and I'm saying that because like you really do have to love, like you have to love doing it, or you wouldn't. What's the draw for you? What is it? Is it the making? Is it the final product? Is it the actor part of your heart that's like, I'm gonna put this on and I'm gonna be this person for the next 12 hours? Like what is it?
Not pee.
Exactly. Can't pee.
So it's different for each one. Like with my Mira ball gown, it lit up. I'd never done a light up thing, and I've never done beading. But my mom and I spent 3 months just beading the top. Yeah. And so like for that was the challenge. I wanted to upgrade my skills and like use lighting and like do electronics and all that stuff. With like the Wonder Woman stuff, I just need to have it. Like I just need to be in that costume, and I just need to walk around, and I need to like pick up kids, and I need to get hugs, and I just want to see like the you're real, and like just make their day, and
that's dope. That's awesome. Hi, Kayshawn's wife. By the way, it's clearly it's passion. Like it's clearly passion. You're clearly passionate about it. Where did that come from?
Wes will tell you, as will most of my friends, that everything I do, I'm like passionate. Like I'm always 120 at it. Like, and I'm relentless. I will not take this will not work.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You're going to find a way.
Figure out a way. And if it's not going to be like A, B, C, and it's got to be like D, A, C, I'm good with that.
Do it.
I will figure it out, but it is not like the end product will happen. Like I don't care. Yeah. Like what it takes. I don't care how frustrated I am, but it will happen.
How much of that 120% is just who Joe is in everything versus cosplay actor Joe? Is it just
it's 120% of 120%. Like I'm
all the time.
All the time.
Always, all the time. I will figure it out. There's a way. We'll make it happen. Yeah.
Like when Wes I didn't have time to watch TV shows. Like I was like sewing and like doing multiple things, like multitasking in the house. And he's like, we just need to sit and watch this 30-minute show.
Just watch this show.
I was like, okay. So like in the beginning, because I got out of a bad relationship and I kept myself busy for like hours, and like I would work out like 5 times a week, like that kind of for 2 hours, like insane. Yeah. And so I finally was out but then like I started dating this guy, and he was like, "You need to like just sit, like just don't touch anything, like just
take it down a moment." Yeah.
So after 10 minutes of watching whatever the show was, I was like, "All right, what are we doing?" Like, he's like, "No, like this
We're
is
watching this. We're sitting
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, but I can watch this and do like 2 other things." And
Let's
he's like,
always go.
like cooking and like sewing. I'll just be like, and he's like, "No, like you just like you have ADHD," and I was like, "No, I was so used to going for so
Or
long."
yes, and you're not diagnosed, or yes, because it's Joe. How do you? I'm scared. I'm almost scared to ask this, but
Ask.
I know you're gonna have an answer.
Okay.
I just think I'm not gonna like it.
Okay.
How / when do you relax? How do you relax?
I feel like you're scared, like even saying those words. Like,
I just
wow.
because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like you're gonna tell me relax is against my religion or something like that. Like I don't.
No.
How do you relax?
I do.
Okay.
It's usually for like a limited amount of time, and so I'm like this at work as well, like on my 9 to 5. It's like wired into me. Like I've chosen a career where it's like go nonstop. Yeah. To get away from that and unplug, I literally leave the country and have no cell service.
Okay.
So I'll go to like Guyana and climb Mount Roraima. Sure. I just want you to hold on. We're gonna run that back just a second. So relax. I leave the country and I climb a mountain. I dig it. Hey, listen, that's cool. Like I'm
not mad at it.
I just wanted you to hear what you said.
I got you. Like,
to
or I
understand what it sounds like, but
we'll go on an excursion, and sure. Maggie will like we're laying down, we're getting drinks, and then we'll go pick shells. But that's all we're doing. And I'm like, is there food? Like I need to be entertained with like food and libations.
Is that the only thing that slows you down? Is it food? Is it sitting down to eat? No. Be honest.
No.
Because we like snacks around here. There's a reason why it's in the name.
So there are days when I will just be like, there's a bag of chips, and I'm like eating and like working. Like at the con, if you come behind my table, you'll see like there's a lot of snacks. Like I like eating.
J. Robert Deans, you have to leave. He says he misses you. Hopefully everyone get fams together for lunch sometime.
Yes.
I'm positive we'll all get together. Okay. Yes. Text me because we have to discuss a thing, J. Robert Deans, an important thing. What do you attribute that to? Is that were you raised that way? Were your parents that way? Or you know what I mean? Is it or is it just who Joe is?
My dad is was in the military, and then he left Greece during a dictatorship.
Yeah.
And went to Canada, found a job, met my mom there, and she had also escaped that time in Greece, and they met in a city and got together and whatever. But she has always been the one that's like pushing, like, and so like from a little girl, didn't have money, got teased, picked on. She was like, it doesn't matter, just keep going. Like, she was an orphan, so like that woman had a hard life. Like, she is like street smart, life smart, and survival smart. Like, it's whereas my dad had an education and went into the military. He was very like, don't worry, things will happen. My mom's like, no, you believe
make it
happen. Like, don't wait. No one's waiting. No one's coming over to be like, hey, you hungry? Here, eat this.
Right.
No one's doing shit for you.
Until you get an email from Tops. It's like, hey, we've been trying to get a hold of you.
We're real. We're real people. Right. We're not fake.
What? Andrew's asking if you'll be at Die Geekdom Con 2022.
I don't even know when it is, but I have not been asked to be a guest there. So
Okay.
I'm not, it's not on the list. I'm trying to like space out the cons as well. Cause we're not out of COVID yet. There's like mini spikes and stuff. And so I
Sure.
don't want to, but if I'm asked, I will go, but I have not been asked yet.
I can tell you that we have a lot on the books already. That's not one of the things that's on our books. That doesn't mean no. It just means not yet.
Yeah.
But probably not for us. We also stay pretty busy. I don't think anybody is quite as busy as you, though, Joe.
I don't know. Like Shady's been like,
I mean, she is.
she's like,
She is.
I'm like, you're busy. And she's like, no, you're busy. And I was like, excuse
Yeah.
me, you're like, you're on everything. Like, you're going. And like, I'm really
She's trying
proud
to
of
catch up
her.
to you.
I'm just like, okay, now I know what people think about me. Like, cause I'm like the road
Oh,
runner.
speaking of which,
Me,
there you go.
Hey.
my girl.
She was here with us last week.
I saw I was on.
Yeah. Look, it's it is really good to talk to you. I do miss talking to you and seeing you more often. No, we're not completely out of COVID. You know, we're doing some things, but Awesome Con, I am sincerely looking forward to.
Yes. And if you
talk
need
to me.
a safe space or anything, like booth is always open for you guys.
Oh, we will find you. There's no doubt about that. And we'll probably have snacks. Again, people are already saying they're gonna bring you snacks.
Yep.
Yes.
We don't go anywhere without them. So
I remember one con, you guys made me try a bunch of snacks, and I was like, I'm open. And Wes was like, you don't even know what those are. And I was like, it doesn't matter. He's like, why? Why do you do things like this?
you know what? I can tell you exactly what that was.
Yeah.
That was at NovaCon.
Yes.
And the first snack we shared with you were ketchup flavored Pringles.
Yes.
You were like, this is a Canadian thing. And I didn't know that.
It was like, what?
And I was like, well, they're good. I will go to Canada.
Yeah.
I did just learn today that McDonald's in Canada has waffle fries.
They
and
do.
I'm ready. I want to take a road trip.
That trip. Waffle
Can't wait.
fries and spicy
Road
nuggets.
So,
Yeah, Leah, NovaCon. Back in the day. That is the con that shall not be
Shall
named.
not be
So we'll just
named,
call it
yes.
that. That's the con that shall not be named.
it was a good con.
Oh, anytime. It was a good con, but
Yeah.
there's some underlying things. We can talk off stream.
Yes.
We can talk off stream. Tell me about the tops thing. You know what? You told me. Tell them
So
about the tops thing. Tell them what you did, what it means,
okay.
and then
So
and jokes while she's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please share her link tree? Is
Sure
the
thing.
link for the tops thing? Is it in your link tree?
it is not, but you
Okay.
can find it on my Instagram.
It is on your Instagram though, and you can get to the Instagram from the link tree.
Yes.
Right? Okay. There's a link tree in the chat for everybody to click on. Please make sure you do that. Go follow Joe across everything that she's got. But check that out. Joe, tell me about this tops thing.
Okay, so Tops contacted me, and I you get a lot of inquiries on Instagram and
Yeah.
emails like, "Hey, I can like make you a star," and you're like, "Yeah, sure, okay." But this was actually a real person, and I obviously looked them up on LinkedIn, and they existed, and I had about a 10-minute freak out moment
Mm-hmm.
of like, oh my god, 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 I ruined it, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I ruined it, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I reached out, very excited. They first they wanted, so they're doing apps, right? They're doing a Disney app, a Star Wars app, and a Marvel app.
Yeah.
And they were like, we really would like you to do X. And I was like, okay, but I don't have that hero suit of X right now.
Yeah.
And so then they were like, well, what are your rates? And so I
Got
have
that squared away.
that.
Right.
I got that. It took a bit, but it's good. Yep.
Okay.
Because I've done commercials before for like
Yeah.
Think Geek and other things, but like
Hey, Liz.
micro
Hey.
influencers are, it's a different thing. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I'm new to it and it's exciting and also like, oh my God, what am I doing? So I got help and they were like, oh yeah, you should totally whatever. And so like I did whatever. And then I find out Shady has also been approached. So she's like, next time we should do it together. And I was like, okay, there's a slight height difference, but I can have you sit on my lap.
Exactly. Still charge them double.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And then so then I did it and I said, you know, a price with the costume I have versus costume that they would like me to make. And they chose Darth Talon. Because I don't know why, but they loved her. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know if that still fits because COVID.
Yeah.
And I got into it and I was like, oh, if it's nice. Okay.
Yeah. See?
And then I did the video with Wes. And so this poor man, I love him. I don't know what I'm going to do for him for his birthday because
Which is when?
July 28th.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's turning 40, so it's like a big one. So he was pointing the camera, taking pictures instead of like, because I told him it was a video camera, but when you turn on a Canon, it's like got the camera and then the video camera setting, and then there's a button. And so he was like, it's not working, and he's like, button.
Is that how it sounded?
He's like, hey, the screen doesn't work. This is stupid. And I was like, okay, so first the screen comes out, flips over, and then you get it back so you don't have to have it like on the side, just in front of you.
Were you actually that calm when you said this to him or no?
No.
I looked a tad insane because I was in Darth Talon, like.
Sure.
He's embodying the moment.
Yeah. And also like it was hot because we had lights and a backdrop and like no air conditioning or heating because like the mic picks everything up. So like he doesn't know these things and he's like, we gotta turn the air on. I was like, no, because the air makes noise and then I have to muffle it. And let's just sweat. It's fine.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay. And so he finally did it. And then I got in touch with my friend Jason Griffin, who does FX stuff. And he was like, oh, when is this due? And I was like, oh, like in a week. And he's like, why didn't you ask for more time? And I was like, I didn't know.
That was an option.
Like, I thought like 2 weeks and a bit is enough. And he's like, oh, we could do this and this, but you didn't like tell me you were doing this. And I was like, I wasn't allowed to tell you I was doing this in the first place. So
right.
I just need you to make cool thing appear.
Right.
And
do magic, please. Here's a hat. Produce rabbit, please.
Yeah. So he was like, all right, do you have like a thing that has a button that has lights? And I was like a flashlight? And he was like, no, like a push.
Flashlight.
Like a light
one
switch.
of those.
Like what?
He's like, no, like a push light. Like
I got a cramp. Actually hurt.
That was good.
It actually hurts. Like I'm not even joking.
So I was like, yeah, I do. Okay, so I have it in the case with my helmets for my costumes. And he's like, yeah, use that. Okay. And so I was like, Wes, can you go downstairs and get the thing that has the lights and like the pushing and like, cause I'm gonna have this thing that comes here and then like there's lights. There's gonna be like a thing that comes up.
The thing with lights.
What?
The button
I was
with
like,
lights.
and then we have to. He's like, you need to do reshoots. So I was like, Wes, we need to do reshoots. You have to do my makeup all over again. And he's like, I can't do the same thing over. And I was like, I told him, but he doesn't care. So we're gonna have me moving my head so you can't tell it's like slightly different.
Oh my god.
So I was like, so you're gonna zoom in and then zoom out. And he was like, why? And I was like, because like we're gonna sort of do a transition thing. And he was like, but you have to use your phone. And I was like, I know. Remember the thing that I did at Christmas where you threw the ball, one of the Christmas balls, and then it did the sound and then like turned up and there was like an entire room of like Christmas? He's like, okay. I was like, we're kind of doing that without the noise and without me shaking. And he was like, just tell
All
me.
right.
So he's like, so this is the first time he's
I
like,
tell you, I would pay to see a documentary of
I
the
would
just of you trying to make this. Like I just like,
That would be so worth it.
or to just like live in Wes's head for
right,
just in his
my
thoughts.
wife is an insane person.
His
like,
inner monologue.
So
Yes.
so he gets the pushy thing and he's like, this turns blue and pink and like, and I was like, no, I don't want it like a cloudy thing. I need just the light so I can just do the boom and like there's a light. He's like,
Descriptions are the greatest.
you have batteries, and I was like, I think so. And I look, and these batteries, I haven't turned on the overhead lights in like so long in these cases. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go run to Target.
Oh, hold on. In your makeup?
No, right before makeup.
Oh, okay. Like,
Okay.
wait a
Can
minute.
you imagine Garth Talon? I need these batteries.
Yeah. I need a light and batteries now.
We do everything, and then like he's like, I thought it was like Howard. So he's like, why are we doing this? I was like, because Jason has an idea. He's like, how about you have Jason do this next time? And I was like, but he lives in Florida, so like,
I said, I will fly him to us.
right.
Right.
So he learned stuff. He really enjoyed it. Like he has a good eye. Like even when we do like photos and stuff, but using like a video camera, like a Canon SLR video camera, it's not easy and it's different, right? So there's things that like auto focusing and not like auto focusing, and like he's like the zoom, like where's the button? And I was like, no, like it's manual because you don't want to like don't do the thing that you think you're gonna do.
I think I'm glad that you got it done.
Yeah.
And that there is a final product that Topps was happy with.
Yeah.
I was like, this is amazing.
I say this, there was a line that I could not remember to the point where he was like, I got it when we did the initial. So I ran through, it was fine. I did all the editing myself and I sent it to my friend. And I was like, could you add a few things? He's like, wonderful. I can do that. But what I'm going to need you to do is reshoot these two lines. And I'm like, oh no, I barely got the fucking one line. And so to the end of it, Wes had taped a
piece of paper.
And he was like, you literally just have to read
to himself.
no joke, 17 times. And he's like, you're really good at like memorizing your lines. But it was so wordy. Like,
okay.
It didn't flow like a natural way. And they said like you can alter a little bit, but sometimes there are things that you have to say in the script. You can't change.
You can't deviate. Yeah.
You can't deviate. Well, this was one of those things. And so I was like, okay, so I'm going to push the thing and then say the line. And I was like, I would go to turn and just like
and flub it completely, like say nothing. Like
I've done nothing. I was doing like and then like mess up the line. I would forget, like I'd say like Topps, the Topps card trader, and then forget Star Wars. And so then I'd be like Star Wars Topps card trader by Topps. Topps
read.
trader.
Read.
Just read it.
Damn shirt.
I also had to turn at one point. So I was like, okay, don't fly off the chair. Don't lean back because my Leku ears are going to pull.
Right.
So, like, it's not easy.
I get it. I'm just let me say this, Joe. I am proud of you.
Thank you.
And as proud of you as I am,
Thank
I
you.
might be slightly more proud of Wes right now. I might be slightly more proud of Wes at the moment. Liz asked if you ever do any Marvel cosplay, and you must have missed this.
I missed this.
Yeah.
There's some of them in there.
Let me show you some things.
I also do Hella.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite that isn't Wonder Woman?
So I have a favorite. Okay, so I have a favorite in each fandom.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
Oh my god.
Let's do it. Run it down. G.I. Joe, what is it?
Okay, it's a toss-up between Baroness and Scarlet.
That's not one.
Yeah.
That's two. That's not how
That's a
not how
sin
the
answer.
game works.
That's
Joe.
a sin answer right there.
That's a very sin answer.
The only one that's like that.
Okay. Star Trek.
A Klingon.
Okay. Marvel.
Probably my Hella costume.
Okay. Do we have to separate Marvel and Disney? Is there a Disney
Yeah, I think we should separate.
Yeah.
one for you? What's the Disney?
So I had Snow White.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I have to ask DC, but I'm gonna say it so you can say it. DC?
Wonder Woman.
Okay. The Savage Gamer says you have commitment issues based on the profile she has built up during this stream. It would seem that way. It would seem that. The hell is amazeballs. I mean,
I don't have commitment issues.
other than her having a husband. And he said it's there.
I have commitment in everything I do, so I'm committed to everything.
You're committed to all of it.
Yeah.
That is
That's amazing.
a terrible thing to
At the
say in like
same
relationship therapy. Like, I don't know if like that's. I think depending on what kind of relationship you're in, that's a terrible thing to say. Okay, Joe.
I'm really so I want to have a T-shirt made that just says like Joe Colton cosplay intense.
Just the words, just Joe Colton cosplay, and the word intense.
Like, you know how people have taglines? Like Mary Mercer
Yeah.
had a tagline, like casual, like greatest casual cosplayer or something. I want to be like intense. I don't know what, but like just have it as like
Intense is the
I
word.
mean,
Like,
tagline that- the intense has to be there.
yes. So
Liz thinks you should do a Gwenpool and or a Kitty Pryde.
oh wow.
I think you would do excellent at both of those. Kitty
had
Pryde,
not thought of those.
I think. Okay, Joe.
there's ideas. They're turning right now.
I can see it.
You can see.
I've got a couple of Marvel things ahead of. So I've got making a Wanda.
Okay.
I was gonna do Thena, but the movie wasn't as great as I
That's fair.
expected.
That's fair.
I thought
Marcus says hashtag Joe for Gwenpool. I like it.
and then I wanted to do maybe a female Moon Knight. Maybe.
Okay.
If
I like that. That
Moon
exists in the
not
comics.
nuts. Like
Yeah.
shitty. So
That would be dope.
yeah.
Just Savage Gaming said your shirt to say, "Why have one when you can have four?"
Right.
Joe Cotton cosplay. Why have one when you can have four? That sounds.
Four of what? Like four.
It doesn't matter because four of everything.
As long as the word intense is there, you can be any fool.
Yeah, it has to have
Yeah.
intense. So if like
Okay.
you can come up with a tagline, I will make a
Figure
shirt.
it out.
Uniquely intense.
I'm with it.
No, I would not
Sam's
do the
asking.
suit. I would do like the actual hero suit.
100. Oh, Marcus changed it to hashtag Joe for everything instead of hashtag Joe for everything. Sam said, "Did you have an idea about which Moon Knight suit you would do?
Yeah, the
What do you
hero
think
suit. Yeah.
The hero, not the Mr. Knight, the actual,
The
like
actual.
the
I think
Ms.
the
Knight.
actual
I guess it
Mr.
would
Knight
be
is a little ridiculous.
intense or intense. Leah's asking. Pop that on the screen, Sam.
Both.
One True Cripple said, Joe, if you do Moon Knight, I'll do Arthur Harrow.
Oh, hey.
I think that could be a move.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm also working on like a Madame Garza costume, which I haven't told anybody, so I guess I'm announcing it here.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
So hopefully I'll have that for Dragon Con. So
We did it.
or my hope is to have it for May the 4th, but I don't know if it'll be done by then because I'm a screen accurate nut, and so I need to get her fabrics right. I do have costumes that are not screen accurate. I have to say that. Like,
Yeah.
this sickness is just for me. Like, I don't put it on other people.
That's okay. I mean, but you also have a solid community of people around you
Yeah.
that live in that same. I don't want to call it a bubble because I don't think it's a bubble, but like, I think that you have the kind of intensity that is it's contagious. I think like other people around you, and they might be like, okay, Joe, you know what? Let's just slow down for a minute. I do want you to
He does
breathe.
say that to me.
Yeah,
Like,
I
no.
certainly get that. Doctor Who says no. We all have that sickness if you cosplay. I mean, I would say that I think that there are some people who are much more casual than what I have listened to you say today, Joe. However, I think everybody though who does it wants to do it and at least represent themselves or the thing that they love as best as they possibly can, and really do look to push. You know what I mean? Push through it because you do love it, right? Again, like was said earlier, it's a passion. It's a passion for you. However, I'm not sure what if anything Joe isn't passionate about, which I think is an amazing thing. It's an amazing quality to have.
And also not.
Period.
It's a curse. Because during COVID, I'll give you an example. During COVID, we all got kind of down and depressed, and some people had it more than others. And like, I'm a very extroverted person, so like the inability to leave whenever I wanted to and not have like communication outside of just Wes was really hard.
I can believe it.
My friend Sandy Bergeron asked me, she's like, why don't you start, like, just get a couple of roses? And I was like, she's like, flowers, like, when you talk to them, they respond well. Like, you already do a garden, like a vegetable garden every year. And so I started with one rose. And at the end of year 2, I have 20 some odd roses. And, like, 6 hydrangeas, and I had 2 grape trees and 2 olive trees and a lemon tree, and I just
got a force.
You have a green thumb. You have 2 green thumbs.
Yeah,
and in true Joe Colton fashion, you made it intense.
Yeah.
Intense force.
And now you have green hands. Like you just
And then like on that, I was like, oh, I need more room. So what we're gonna do is the front of our house, we need to have a different walkway. It can't just come out. I want that all to be an area. And Wes was like, why? And so I was like, well, there's a guy down the street who's starting his business as a landscaper and he needs work and has money saved. So can we get him?
Let's help him. Let's help him get his business started. and hope he does great work.
And he did. Good. I love Tracy.
Okay.
So
I did.
But Wes wasn't there for one meeting and he was like, why does this drawing look like this? I was like, well, you didn't come because you wanted to play a video game. And so I made decisions because you weren't in the room. No, not in the room, no say.
Is that how that works?
Wow.
I'm going to keep that in mind.
So,
I'm going to keep that in mind.
In the room, no say.
The next weekend when Tracy came by, he was out there with the paper. Going, we can't do this. We need to. And he's like, I agree with you, but you weren't here. And she said this. And Wes goes, well, we've talked about it and we've negotiated, and she agrees.
That now we're going to change it.
And so he brought a guy, like they were going to do stones, but it was going to be like for 18 feet, it was like $3,700. And I was like, listen to me. My dad, after the military, was in construction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call him, and he's going to tell me what to do. And we're going to do it. And we did.
You went and got, what were they, pavers? You went and got pavers?
No, yeah, we went and got pavers and did. Maggie's boyfriend had a cutter, like the stone cutter. And
like a wet saw?
Yeah, wet saw. And
I want you to know I watch a lot of home and garden.
Yeah, me too. I like things. I want to do my one of the bathrooms next. See, like everything's intense. Like once
you get your hand in one thing, it's like, you know
they're
what?
saying intense. Send if you can find that and pop that up. Because Leah said it and Heather said it. Heather's is still up there. Joe Colton.
Like even
Joe
with
Colton cosplay.
right?
Intense.
I
like it. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
Even cooking, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a beef Wellington, like Gordon Ramsay.
Ooh. Oh.
3.5 hours later, I made a really good beef Wellington.
I can appreciate that.
Wes is like, when are we eating? I was like, not ready yet. Go back downstairs.
So,
but I can smell it.
Yeah, I'm being just Savage Gaming wants us to ask the important question, and this really isn't that important, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Are you into One Piece?
Like a
just say yes. See?
Nope. There's your answer.
That was the answer.
Yeah.
That was the answer, Joe. That was the answer. You have a lot of fandoms. Anime is not really one of them, correct?
No, so I am an old anime lover, like Inuyasha, like that was my anime, like Akira, that stuff.
Okay.
The squeaking anime, I don't do squeaking anime.
Have you considered doing even like an old school like cosplay, anime cosplay?
Yes, but nobody wants to do Inuyasha with me.
Who is nobody? Maggie?
She said no.
Let me talk to her.
Maggie.
Let me talk to her.
Change that mind real quick.
And let me talk to her.
And she likes other stuff, like things that I don't know about. And so like it's a trade-off. Like she's doing a ghost costume, right? Now I'm doing Lady Jessica. And I'm not doing like the regular Lady Jessica in the black outfit. No, I'm doing the freaking gold chains all over her face and the fucking trail of like chiffon in the wind. Like there's 17 yards.
If you decide to participate in one of Maggie's fandoms that you are not quite a fan of,
I am a fan of Dune, but yes, go on.
How intense will you get about it? How much of it will you take over and take from her? I would become obsessed with making sure that I don't embarrass her. Okay.
So I would become intense about whatever it is that I need to build to put on.
Okay. That sounds like a fair trade-off to me, Joe.
Yeah, like we did a joke costume for her boyfriend. It's become the most expensive joke costume ever. The Ghostbusters, the female Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So I am doing Gilbert.
Okay. Okay.
And she is doing Melissa McCartney.
Mm-hmm.
And so
What are you doing? What makes this a joke on him?
Because he hates it and he's a huge Ghostbusters fan.
He hates it because of the women version of it?
It wasn't a good movie.
No. But no. But your cosplays will be, I'm sure, perfect and
so you will laugh. So I ordered the one off of, like the Party City. Maggie ordered the one off Party City. And she made spats and like we did the whole thing. I ordered the kid backpack, like
the small one?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then so mine came up, my costume came with the blow up one with the blow up gun. And so Maggie carried that one and I carried the kitty one. And we went to Dragon Con like that. and surprised him. And he was just like, why? And so
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
So
How-
I found
why-
action figures of us, so I bought them. So she has the Melissa McCartney, and I have whatever the hell Kristen Wiig.
Mm-hmm.
Her.
Why did you do this to him?
It was not my idea. I was an accomplice.
Mhm.
She was just along for the
really?
crime.
Who took it the furthest?
Maggie, because she made she made a trap that lit up and opened, and she made the
I mean, that sounds dope.
the grenade thing with a counter and wires. Yeah.
That actually sounds.
Yeah. But now we're actually getting the real backpacks made because
Ooh.
he's like, if you're gonna do it, you need to do it right. And now
Do
like
it.
we've ordered like the back plating, and he's
Yeah.
got all these things from. So a guy had a run for a bit and then stopped making them, and so Tyler contacted him, and now like he sent him a bunch of things to make.
I mean, we know some of the folks at like Charm City Ghostbusters.
Well,
Yeah.
Really good people, and they have, like we partied with the Ecto one over the weekend.
yeah, how'd it
We
go?
definitely did. Oh my
Great.
god,
That was amazing.
Oh.
let me
Great.
tell you something, Joe Colton.
Did you see?
I don't know what you were doing last Saturday. We were at Nerdpocalypse, and let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm. I saw pictures.
There's look here. This is there's only one. This is the only one that I because
Okay.
all of them haven't. We have some of our own, but like this was early. This is when the sun was still up.
Yeah.
Nerdpocalypse is Joe. It's a bar. I mean, it's a bar crawl.
Okay.
It's like six bars
I've never been, so I
from
want
like 3 to 9. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that from like 3 to 9, and it is just it's trivia and karaoke and cosplay
Yeah.
and
Drinking games.
beverages
Okay.
and really, really big pretzels. Really big,
I heard
delicious.
about your obsession with these pretzels.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you
Yeah,
something.
it's a thing.
Joe, 2 pretzels were like $30. It's not even a joke. Like,
Get out of
yo,
here.
they're like this big.
Hold on, let me see if I can grab it.
Like,
I'll grab the
listen.
picture right quick. Hold on.
Yeah, throw a picture up.
Hold on, let me
They
see if I can
come
get it
out
right
on
quick.
like a fish hook. You know how like when you catch a big fish and they put
They
it on
hold
a
them
hook,
up at the
like
dock.
the way
That's what it looks like.
These pretzels are served on like a giant hook.
Oh.
They are intense, is what they are.
Where are you?
They are incredible. Just
Are they
saying,
like doughy or like dry
Yeah,
ready? Or are they
no,
good?
they're soft, warm, fresh out of some kind of
Really?
sourdough heaven oven. Just savage. You just don't know. I guess maybe you just don't like pretzels, but
Do you eat it with mustard or do you just eat it?
Mustard.
Mustard.
They do
definitely.
it like you can get mustard, you can get cheese sauce, you can do a crab dip with it.
Ooh.
Like,
Got it
yeah.
right here.
And throw it up there, Joe.
About
If you
that.
got it. And I do mustard. Listen. Look at that pretzel on that giant hook. And to be honest with you, even that doesn't really do it justice because you can't see how big it is next to someone's face.
Well, their hand is next to it in the back one, and I'm like, that's
Exactly.
freaking enormous.
It's a big old pretzel.
Old pretzel.
That's
What what drinks were those? Those were Vengeance.
Vengeance.
That vengeance, baby.
They do these- they always do like special drinks,
yeah.
special named cocktails and drinks. And I'm gonna tell you, for us, we host some of the stuff, we help facilitate costume contests, and they do every year. They do like a Das Boot, like good versus evil drinking competition, and it was like, look, people lined up, and mind you, these are people who are already drunk. Let's just keep that.
Oh, okay.
And they're lined up, and it's like, here's what you got to do. You got to slam a beer, and then you gotta run to a table,
Okay.
prove your beer is empty, and then you have to put on a full body costume, like a
Yep.
full body costume heading
The
off.
Beer Olympics. That's
Yes,
literally
the
what it
Beer
was.
Olympics.
Yes,
Yeah.
Heather.
So,
And I want you to
I
know,
speed
I don't
drink
know if the two of y'all saw Heather.
like this is good. I can do this.
Oh, you could do this.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you could do
Have
this.
we've drank together.
I don't know. I mean, I don't at
Maybe All
We
Star.
had a drink.
first All-Star or the second All-Star,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
You had drinks
Yes.
and they probably had drinks.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't usually drink. Every now and again I will take a shot of tequila. And that's usually it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think we did one round of tequila shots.
Yeah, we did.
That
I
evening.
remember
We
now.
were
It was like,
passing the
wait,
belt around and having a good old time.
Cone and screen. Yeah, I
Mhm.
remember.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw. I saw Heather was there, but I didn't see Heather until I was. So my daughter came.
Okay.
We did do a shot. I did do shots with her. And then we went on stage and we sang BTS, which is a whole other thing. And then she left, so I was walking.
That was the night you learned that I could dance.
Yes, it was. yes, it was. I mean, I hadn't doubted that you could dance.
Oh, you
but-
thought I was a white girl dancing before you saw me dance.
I mean, you were a white girl dancing.
Right.
However, you were a white girl dancing with a rhythm.
Right.
With
It has some rhythm.
Yes.
Right.
We danced a lot that night. That was a good night. We had a very good time.
Yes, it was a good night.
Yes, Heather, I was conscripted into the BTS army, though. I won't say I'm army, but it definitely by proxy.
Right.
Because
You're
it's
in there.
everywhere. And
You're
then
in
there was
there.
a concert that night, and I had to come home, and everybody was watching the concert. It's a whole thing. But I ran into Heather in the garage when I walked Zayna to the car, and I was like, "Were you there?" She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Why didn't you say hi?" And she was like, "Too many people. I'm good." But I appreciate you, Heather. I really do. I appreciate you.
Oh man, Heather, you should have said
That's
hi.
cool.
Yeah.
I feel like she did come in.
Who?
Heather.
Well, this is at Nerdpocalypse.
Yeah, in their
Oh, okay.
This is at Nerdpocalypse, yeah. But Nerdpocalypse was incredible. It was insanely fun. We had a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
We probably could have stayed later. We didn't.
That's
But
probably the best.
yeah, it's just a bunch of people having a good time, hanging out, doing like Disney trivia and laughing at things and having drinks and taking pictures. It is insane. It's always a really good time, and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. And when the next one comes, I'll make sure you're aware.
Okay.
Yes.
I will make sure you're aware. You can come and bring the whole crew.
Bring the squad.
So I'll tell you this much: if William tells you that he can speed drink, no, don't, no.
If Will says, "What about drinks?"
That he can speed drink, no.
Why should I stop Will from speed drinking?
No, he will. He doesn't know how to do it. So on the second drink, he'll just go puke.
Oh yeah, we don't want to do that.
Nah.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. No, that's
Yeah.
not. That's not the way. Okay.
No
And listen, just because, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You are perfect. You are allowed to give me shite about BTS if you choose. I'm gonna tell you now.
No,
It's good music.
it is good music.
It's good music. I don't listen. It's not in my playlists. I don't, but I hear it all the time. And
Is it
it's good
catchy?
music. There's a lot of K-pop that's really good. I do hear it a lot.
Yes,
Because-
I usually listen to like KDA and like BTS and
Yeah.
um,
The big thing right now in like, so you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to talk about K-pop right now.
okay.
Lee already getting excited. Who's your
He's
big
about to
buddy?
go down. He's about to go down a rabbit hole with that.
Doing BTS
Nah,
talk.
listen, I can't. I don't have a bias. I can tell you that the only one that actually matters to me is Rapmon. Like that's it. Which RM, like which we don't call him Rapmon anymore. Whatever. That's the only one that I really care about. but that's as far as I'm willing to go
Okay.
at the moment, because they're not. Yeah. I know. I will tell you this. My kids give me a hard time for really liking Blackpink. I like Blackpink.
Yeah, Blackpink's awesome.
But they only give me a hard time just because they can, not because they don't think it's good. Like, they try it. I like.
I knew Zaina was gonna pop
I was
up.
waiting
I was
for it.
waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Why you in the joint? Why you in here being extra right now?
She's straight snitching.
You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing that?
Oh man, that
Um,
BTS sense right there is like,
What?
what? Talking about BTS right now.
They give me a hard time. Like,
she's
listen,
doing her Spidey sense to BTS.
that La Lisa joint is fire. Like, you just got it in. She'd be like, nah, it's not. And then it comes on and she's like, "Ah, Lisa, love me loud.
It's just-
Listen, they got bops. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, I can't,
The 6th and the 7th.
I'm not judging.
It's true. She does have a sixth sense for you have a sixth sense for probably all K-pop, realistically. I had no intention of going down that rabbit hole, but you know what? Who cares about the rails when we're here just having a good time?
Nah, it's
Right.
weekly, you know.
Off.
It happens.
Have you guys
what
watched
rail?
that Vox Machina?
I've been told
I
to
have
watch it. I
not.
haven't started
Yes.
it yet. But should I go ahead and jump into it this weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
I don't have the
Okay,
I don't have the mental capacity to deal with that right now.
Why?
It's gonna have to wait. Cause right now there's just so much else happening. There's a lot of games coming out. I've been trying to jump in and play a little bit. We've been doing a lot, like new podcasts and putting stuff together. Like, I haven't really had time to just sit. Nah, I have to, like, when I'm watching something new, I have to pay attention.
Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so I can make sure
I'm
that,
now
like,
trained to do that. I can sit on the couch for like an hour.
I can do that.
That's
but
your
I
max,
can't,
an hour.
that's not terrible.
I need to get up and get a snack. Like, I'm.
So no, you're supposed to come to the couch with snacks, and then that's just I did start. I will tell you this. So I did more K stuff. There's a K drama that I started watching on Netflix called My Name. I was up super late. I was working on some stuff. I was doing some
Is that the one you
editing.
told me about?
I don't know.
The
Probably.
the serial killer.
Nah.
Okay.
No, this is about a girl who her father is like a gangster. So, like, she's young, she's in like school, she's like 17, and she's getting made fun of at school because everybody knows her father's a gangster or whatever, which is a little weird to me. Like, I would leave her alone. But anyway, like, her father never comes home, and she's like cursing him out. She's upset with him because he never comes home, and so he calls her because it's her birthday, and she's mad at him, and she's like, "You never come home," and this, that, and other. So, you know what? You're dead to me. That's what she said to him. And then, so he feels bad, so he comes home, and when he gets to the door, somebody murders him, like at the door, right? Like, he's trying to come in the house, and he gets shot, and she hears it and tries to come to the door, and he's holding the door because he doesn't want her to get hurt.
Yeah.
So basically, he dies more or less in front of her, and because she knows he works for like the mob or the mafia, she decides she needs to get revenge against the person who killed her father. So
As
she
it
goes to like the head of the mob and
Oh.
says, "You need to go get him, or you need to find him, and I'll kill him." You know, or whatever. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that takes place, but eventually,
What's this called?
it's
My
called
Name.
My Name. Eventually, the mob boss like takes her in. It's like, "Okay, you want to do this? Cool." And takes her to where they train like all the up and coming people who underlings who might eventually
Comes as a
join.
assassin.
Seriously.
And she like, here's why I started watching. Like, I really like sat up and started paying attention because she got there. She's the only girl, of course. There's all these guys, and they're saying all this stuff or whatever to her, but she has hands. Like, she can fight. I don't know where she learned to fight, but she has hands. And if I'm impressed with what she's doing, Sin, it's real. Okay.
Hey, look, I'm putting out the ABB right now.
Well, let me tell you something.
It's 8 episodes, so this is
Perfect.
It's not that
yeah,
bad.
this is a
And I'm gonna tell you what, and they're like an hour long though, but Then the mob boss, I guess, because he kind of feels bad about it, because her father was actually like his best friend or whatever, and he kind of starts training her after hours himself, like personally. Like, no, if you're gonna fight, you got to do it like you're gonna kill. So you just go for this kind of hit. You go for this kind of hit, or you do, you know what I mean? Whatever. And then they do this thing where like all of the underlings have to fight each other, and it's like a last man standing thing, and it's her and this one other dude, and she ends up winning, and so she like gets promoted, and she like works her way up through the mob ranks, and eventually they use her and sneak her, and she's undercover as a mobster working for the police in like their narcotics. Yo, it's so crazy.
I feel
And
like
there's
there's a trailer for this.
It's so good. And then there's another plot twist I won't tell you now, but just know it gets super intense because of course she's going on like drug raids, and he's like a drug lord, and she can't. Yo, it's so good. It's so good. So just yes.
All right, it's on the list.
I just
So
sent out
good.
I sent out the ABB to my Plex guy.
Do it. I'm trying to tell you. It's on Netflix. That's where I watched it. But
Yeah, I just told him.
yeah,
Well, you
super
have
good.
it?
Like I turned it on one night. Again, the episodes are like an hour long each, and I watched the first 4 episodes. I had to be like, I gotta go to sleep and turn it off. Like I couldn't. Or people, I gotta jump, Joe. You know I miss your face. Gazing the boys. Let's get a drink soon. Down
for it.
Totally down.
So One True Cripple, the first time I met him, I was like, "You want a drink?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm not about that. Like, you don't have to get me my drink. I can get my own drink." And I was like, "No, I'm just
I
asking."
just want to know if you want a drink. Yeah, like
It's not a pity thing. I want to know if you'd like a drink, and if you'd like, I'll get you one so we can become friends. We can drink together, and you can shut the fuck up.
Fair.
I like that.
Let's be friends so you can shut the fuck up.
Right. That's a shirt. Joe Cole. Let's be friends so you can shut the fuck up.
There's a whole list of shirts that we have right now.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, you're like this. Okay." And
Yep.
he was just being like,
What up, BP?
BP.
Yeah.
and no, I was like, "No, I'm like Canadian. We're just always nice. Like, I just want to make friends and have a good time and like make sure that everybody
I
else
thought you were gonna say, no, I'm Canadian. We're always intense. Like I really thought that's what you were gonna say. Like we're always just intense. Like
Is that the tagline? I'm
Intensity comes
Canadian.
from the
I'm
Greek
intense.
side.
We're always
The
intense.
Canadian side is like the drinking. No, that's not.
got it.
So you got it
Joe
with the
forced
lasso
me
of
with her
truth.
lasso of truth. Okay.
Oh, you were like, you don't have to get my drink, and I was like, shut up! I'm getting you a drink. You're drinking.
There
We're
it is.
becoming friends.
Indeed. We should all if,
I have photograph.
Whatever.
if no other time, awesome con. Let's set aside some time.
Yeah.
Like after one of the nights or whatever, and let's all just go get.
Yeah.
I'll take a shot. I don't have a problem with that. We'll go and I'll do a shot. I'm okay with that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. I had other stuff to talk about, but I don't want to.
Why?
I don't want to. I'm just having a good time with this. So let's
One thing that you were gonna ask me.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You had a list.
How long ago was that, Joe?
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Joe, we're past that now.
Yeah.
We were on the rails.
Yeah.
Have come off
We've
the
got
rails.
off of them. So
And once
we're
off the
it is
rails,
what
We
it
get
is.
back on the rails, Joe? No, we don't.
We're off now.
I mean,
Dr. Who said I'd love to see y'all drink.
you literally tied me up.
We're considering
I
a
did.
thing for an evening show. You literally tied him up, Joe.
None of this should surprise you. Like,
It doesn't. It doesn't.
so
It's the all capital literally for me. It's the all capital literally. Just to make sure everyone else knows. Leah said with rope. With lasso. With lasso.
So
Hey, look, BP said y'all getting drinks in DC. I'm there. That's what's up. Let's go, BP.
I was when I met One True Cripple. I was still with my ex, and my ex would be like, people don't really like that kind of behavior, so you might not want to like hug people and like be like that, like, hey. So I was like, okay. He's like, it's
Sounds
different.
like X is a good position.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really good position.
So
X.
So I was like, I feel like people feed off of positivity. So like I'm like naturally like not bubbly all the time, but like happy, and like I love laughing, and I love having like making other people laugh. And
I'm
so
gonna call you energetic.
Yes.
intensely energetic.
Yep.
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 So he was just like, I don't think, like don't do that. So like I was like, no, I'm meeting new people, and hence
Yeah.
why I became a very busy person and
Yeah.
continued.
And now you're busy. What do you BB said I feed off the souls of my enemies. So all right.
I feel you, BB.
I
Yeah.
do that. And I
There
kill
is
them
some-
with extreme kindness to their face.
That's okay.
Mm.
Because that means good soul.
Yeah.
That's good soul. I do want to know what's next. Like, what is your next thing? What are you planning? What is your next con Awesome Con? What are you doing
Yes.
next? Okay.
Wes is the keeper of the calendar, but yes, Awesome Con is
Okay.
the next. I'm currently doing a commission.
Can we get Wes a shirt that says that? Keeper of the
Keeper of the
calendar.
calendar.
The calendar.
So I wanted to get him a shirt that said like Master Handler, because like
Be real careful.
Yeah.
We're already off the rails,
Hey.
and now it's like we're just tumbling at this point.
so,
See you, Leah.
All right, Leah.
Thanks for hanging out.
yeah, see you Saturday.
Just Savage, see you. Appreciate you.
So he helps me get ready, obviously. It's weird because when I first started, there was nobody to help me. I got myself ready. Now I'm like, oh my God. And then like there's things, and like Maggie's like pulling and like yelling at me to stand still, and Wes is like putting on boots and stuff. And I'm like, when did I get like this in my life where I needed assistance?
Probably when it got so intense that you couldn't do it by yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's great to
I'm gonna
see,
tell you what that tells me though. That tells me that though you have a really tight circle of really good people that you can, when you say A and B and C and D have to go together, even if they don't go together in that order, but one way or another it's gonna come together. Some of that come together is I have people that can put this on me. Like some of that is like, right? Like it gives you freedom to create because you know you can do it that way. BB said I can't even get my bat suit on by myself. Handlers are key.
Yes.
That's fair.
So I can do my inner suit. I can't do by myself because it has to go over my butt. And for a white girl, I'm just gonna say this: I have a European butt. Like I have European hips. We're round. Yeah, I'm Greek.
Mm-hmm.
We're round down there, and it has to go somewhere. So like I will constantly
Back it in.
somewhere.
That's on the shirt too. It has to go somewhere.
It has to go somewhere. Yeah.
So she calls her Master Handler.
We're round. It has to go somewhere. Like
So like Maddie will shove my butt in, and I will be like, let me just suck my butt in while you like try and get
Is that a thing? Can we do?
Oh,
I can't
people
even
say I gotta
imagine
suck my
what-
butt in.
Hold on for a
that's
second.
not how it works. And I'm like, no, it's
Look,
exactly
BP, hey, listen, BP said, girl,
seriously though. Like I'm like, all right, let me just like scrunch my butt up, and like she could just like pull while Wes is like also holding, and like they're both pulling, and William's just like a little bit more, just like.
He's got the lights like a little bit more to the left.
And then the outside suit is like pretty easy once I get the in suit over my butt.
What's your most uncomfortable cosplay?
Uncomfortable.
I mean, like, I don't mean like uncomfortable in terms of like people oogling you. I mean uncomfortable in terms of like physically wearing it and like walking around at like a convention all day.
Oof. So, okay. So, do you remember? I don't know if you guys remember this, but I did a dark Starfire.
I don't remember this.
So, the heels
At Katsucon? I definitely missed that. I
So
don't remember that.
I had wings. And it was part of like the dark, like DC Justice, like the dark.
Yeah.
So it was with Sharon Rose and Maggie and Lainey and Nat Archaic. And I did a dark Starfire. The stilettos, because they were stilettos, were 6.5 inches high.
Yikes.
And see, that's literally Doctor Who just said in the comments, anything with heels.
And the platform was thick, but it was only like about that big for my size 10 foot. So I was like walking, and I could walk better in heels than I can in flats. Like, I'll tell you right now, like I can jump a fence wearing heels. I might walk.
I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a story you need to tell me based on that last statement. We don't have to talk about it here, but you are going to tell me how you know you can hop a fence.
In 6 inch heels.
Get to that.
Not
I
today,
didn't know I
but
could do
I'll
that.
Okay.
But it was painful because I try and stay in my costumes for like at least 5-6 hours, and then take an hour and then switch out, or just switch out while I'm eating. That was really painful because it was concrete and there was nowhere to sit for 5 minutes. So when I took them off, I put my feet in a tub full of ice, and there was like sharp pains going through the balls of my feet and my heels. And I had shin cramps and leg cramps, and then toe cramps where my toes were doing things like this.
Oh yeah, they were just spazzing on you?
No, they were just frozen like this in pain. And I was like, this is not going to go well.
Nope. I mean, listen, there are things that I feel like women do to look a certain way that is probably not worth the pain and or sometimes the effort. Not that they don't look good, just that.
Why are you doing this?
Because we don't actually care that much. I just want y'all to know that, like.
No, but I do,
that's fine for us. Most of the time, the only thing I have, I don't have anything against shoes except for flip flops. That's it.
So do you like
slides count as flip flops?
Or there's a time and place. There's a time and place
for flip flops.
Yeah,
the beach.
Okay.
The beach or the pool. That's where flip flops belong. They don't belong anywhere else. They're not summer dress gear. They're not like that's not a thing.
Sandals. There's actual like footwear that.
Because realistically, nobody wants to hear what that sounds like when you walk. Nobody wants. No, it's not. It's not quite that nice. Like you're making it sound really nice. It's nowhere near that nice. Nobody wants to hear that
sound to it
as well. That's a disgusting sound.
Yeah.
Now we're doing the beat, like the beat with.
It's not. It's just not good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna imagine you never wore that cosplay again. Not the heels anyway.
I have not, but when I did the Victoria's Secret at Dragon Con.
Hey, listen, BP, I would not touch your cold feet at all. So you keep your flip-flops. You just can't go with me. That's just a thing. Like my kids know, it's a rule. We're not going anywhere together.
Because you said that he's going to have the flip-flops on at Awesome Con when we go out afterwards.
No, you won't. They don't go with his Batman cosplay. So like unless he's doing a Beach Bruce Wayne.
No.
Which could be cool.
Beach Wayne.
So I've worn elements of that costume. So I wore the things for like the Dragon Con Victoria's Secret group. I've worn like the armor for like actual Starfire. So
they are not loading.
No, they are not, sir.
No, they're not. Those don't exist unless you made them. They don't exist. And again, that goes for slides too. Slides and socks. That's not a move.
No.
That's not a move. That's just not a thing.
That's an old Italian man move.
That makes it not okay. I want you to know.
Like little thing, like his shoe, and like.
I don't listen. I flip flops are a no. Slides are a no. Sandals can be okay.
Not Jesus slippers.
But like not Jesus sneaks. You have to. It has to be the right way.
Those ones gross me out.
You must.
Because they're smelly.
you must like lotion. Your feet can't be cracked leather
Oh,
like
No.
ash. Like they
No.
can't be volcanic ash in between
them Jones kind
the
of like
cracks of the,
sidewalk on a
like
hot
that's
day.
not, you can't, it's not okay. You have to
Mm-mm.
no.
Exfoliate. Go get a pedicure before you put them on.
Just listen, go to the beach,
Something.
put your feet in the
In the
sand,
sand.
and don't move. Just
What do you
don't move.
What do you have to pee?
You pee in the
Sand. You got sand. There's plenty of
pee in the
sand.
sand.
Go in the ocean.
If you stay at the beach long enough, guaranteed someone will get bit by a stingray. They're gonna need that pee. Just hold on to it. Just keep it.
Keep it for good measure.
It's the community chest. Like this is for the people. Like I don't. Like,
We're prepared. We'll get that.
Just make an
stingray
announcement
for
to get there.
you.
In case anybody gets bit, I got some pee on deck. Just
I don't know how it works on the beach, Joe. I don't go to the beach. I go to the boardwalk. That's just I go to the boardwalk, but I don't
Been in an
go.
ocean.
What happened?
Have you been in an ocean?
Yeah, yes, I have been in an ocean, but I don't go in the ocean. I have been in the ocean, but I don't go in the ocean.
Why?
That's somebody else's house. Joe, listen. Oh, we going way off the rails. Listen to me.
Joe, no, you're about
That's
to get
somebody
him
else's
on
house.
this rant.
I'm not just gonna go in somebody else's house. That's somebody else's house. I don't
pee or like do anything in that house. I'm like, do you go swimming in the ocean or in a sea or like the Caribbean?
No. That is
Are you
somebody
afraid
else's
like
house.
you're invading Atlantis?
No, that I would do. Like I would go. If somebody finds Atlantis,
I'm
I
there.
will get in a submarine and I will go see that. I will go see it, but I will be in a submarine. I'm not just gonna go. Listen, Joe. You know how there are some neighborhoods you just won't go in.
No.
Like yes, you do, Joe. You know that there are some
I
neighborhoods that
go
are
to
just,
neighborhoods and I walk proudly and in them.
which is fine. So then, fine, go swimming wherever you want, Joe. Because I don't like it. You want to go swimming in the Amazon? You can have it.
So
Here's the thing.
I have been swimming in the Amazon. I swam with piranhas.
See, you can, and let me tell you something.
That
You
one.
can
You
have it.
You can
Let
have
me
that
explain
shit.
something. You also said you went to Guyana and went mountain climbing. I'm not doing that either. There's a space
You're
in
like,
my
there
life.
is no. I understand. Like that is a life that you are not willing. That's not your life. You do
I
not.
just don't need it.
out-
Like I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll swim in a pool. Like,
Right.
but like
What's your dream vacation?
I don't have one. Like I will tell you this.
Okay.
In 2020, like right after the pandemic hit, I booked a trip, went to the mountains for a couple of days, right? So I went, there's a website called Getaway House, right?
Okay.
It's getaway.house. And what you do is you go to the website and you tell them like what city, like based on where you live, like where you're trying to get away from, right?
Okay.
So like I picked DC, right? And what they do is the city you choose, they find you a place within 2 hours driving distance from where you are, but they don't tell you where you're going until after you book it. So you book it. And what it is, it's like a trailer, right? It's like a king size bed and a kitchenette and a working bathroom and shower, right? And a table, and outside of it there's a fire pit and like 2 chairs and a picnic table, and like that's it.
Okay.
And you go, right? Like when you're on your way, like when you're like 30 minutes out, they email you or text you a passcode to the door so you can get in, right? If you absolutely need something, you can reach out, but literally there's like a lockbox in there and they're like, listen, come here, turn off your phone, put your phone in a lockbox. There's a radio. I did keep my phone out because I use it because I hooked up an auxiliary jack and just like played music and literally just got away. There were walking trails and I went walking and
But
I
mosquitoes.
wasn't by myself, but I'm just saying like listen,
What? That's not
it
your
was-
house either.
so relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but like I can run way better than I can swim, Joe.
Okay.
You hear me? Like you can jump fences in your heels. You'll tell me how you know that? I know I can run better than I can swim.
Okay.
So, like, if I got to get away from something on feet, I know my chances are much higher.
Right.
Much higher. BP said, I have a storage unit if you need. Listen, let me tell you something, BP. Might be nice.
Yeah.
Depends on where it is. Nah, it was just like, it was really nice, really quiet. There are other people, but the other, like, kind of like cabins are spread out.
Yeah, so you
pretty
can't.
nice.
Yeah.
You might run into people on the trail or whatever, but for the most part, like, it's quiet. And it's just like, you go out, you light a fire, you sit down in front of the fire. It's just really cool, really relaxing.
Yeah.
And I've never been on a vacation.
Okay.
Like, as an adult, because essentially my entire adult life I've had kids. So like, when you go somewhere, you go with kids, and it's like, that's like work. You're planning. No, I'm so serious. There's a difference between having a family vacation,
Yeah.
like, or a family trip, and going on a vacation. And so when you take family and you go and you do something like that, like you go to Disney or you go whatever, it is literally like, all right, we got to get up at 6 a.m. Everybody's got to get in the shower. We got to do breakfast. We got to be in the car by this time so we can be at the park at this time.
Right.
You get to the park and you wait in line to get inside the park. You don't get in the park until 10, but you've been up since 6. Then you get inside the park and everybody's got to pee. So now we got to go pee. You know how long it takes to find a bathroom and take 6 kids to go pee? Like an hour. And then everybody's hungry. So now you got to go wait in line to get food that you're going to pay way more money for than you should. You haven't done anything park related. You peed and you ate. Y'all want to watch the parade? Let's sit down and watch the Disney parade. And then, do you want to get on a roller coaster? I guess let's go get on a roller. Are you even tall enough to get on this? You can't get on, you can't get on, and you can't get on. But you and y'all want to get on? Okay. Y'all do that while we take them and go do something else. It's work, Joe. And then it's like, we're going to do this at this park, and then we got to hurry up and go to the next park. So that when we get to the next park, we can do this, this, and this. And then we're going to go to the next park and do this, this, and this. We'll be done by 10:30. We'll be home by 11 o'clock. Everybody goes to sleep, and you get back up at 6 a.m. and you do it again. It's like, it is a great time, but it's not relaxing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't trade the memories for anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade having a good time for anything, but it's work. Like, you're tired when you get done. Like, you know what I mean? It's not the same thing. So like, this probably realistically was the first time I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go I just needed to go away from stuff. And when I'm not doing that, I'm not quite as intense. Like, I'm not quite like you, Joe, but I'm always at something. There's always something to do. There's always something going on. There's always some work. There's always another convention, another show, something to do at night, something to work on. That's just how I am. It's just kind of, par for the course.
Yeah.
So like, I don't have a dream vacation.
Okay.
It would literally just be like, I just need a couple of days. I don't even have that. Like one of my favorite things to do now is when we go to Ocean City Comic Con.
Okay.
Which is brilliant. It's at the end of the year. It's in December. It's in Ocean City. There's nobody there. It's quiet. Oceanfront rooms are super cheap. The convention is one day. We put in a lot of intense work that day. And then I stay a couple of extra days. And I just have a room next to the ocean. And I can watch the sun come up or go down over the ocean. And I order pizza and I sit in a room. You know what I mean? I watch TV or I go out and I might walk on the sand. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? But mostly I walk the boardwalk. Like, cause I'm good with that. Like, I don't really need to feel the sand. Like, I'm not that guy. I don't need like, the feeling of sand between my toes. Nope, that's nasty. I'm good. I don't need that.
So, Jokes or Sin, do you guys have a favorite place you would like to go on vacation or have?
Nowhere I've been yet. Like, I know Sin has already done what I want to do, and that's go to Japan. Like,
okay.
For the culture, like the whole nine, and just experience it, like truly living there. Like that's for me what I want to do.
One of the tallest people there, but okay.
I will be. Hey, they probably think I'm some famous person. So hey,
I might be one of the tallest people there. Like that's cool.
was for sure one of the tallest people there. I learned that trying to go inside stores. Like it was a thing. But no, Japan. I want to go do that again. That was an experience that was number one on my list. I do want to do Hawaii. I do want to do Italy, Venice. I want to do that.
If you're a big history buff, you'll like it. Don't do Venice in the summer; it reeks. Belgium is better if you want to do like gondola rides.
Okay, because I do want to do that, and I want to go see the Colosseum. I've been to Iceland, which was I didn't expect to be as great as it was, but it was really entertaining. That's a great stopover point if you're going over to Europe for something like that. Just go there for a day or two.
I want to go to
Absolutely
Iceland.
amazing. It's amazing.
I want to go to the hotel. That's what I want to do.
The ice hotel?
I've done the ice. No, we didn't do that in Iceland. We did that in Quebec, Canada. We did the ice hotel up there. Yeah. So I did that there. Been to Montreal. Montreal was an amazing city.
Yes.
But I got some other places, I still want to, get to. But I do want to get back to Japan.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't have the inkling to like, I want to travel. I will tell you this: there are things I want to see in person. So there are things that like I'd be willing to go. Like I would actually like to go see the Sphinx, go see the pyramids. Like I would like to go do that.
Yeah.
I want to go to Turkey because I want to go to Derinkuyu.
Okay.
I want to see the underground city in Derinkuyu. Like the things that I'm interested in are like, but I don't necessarily like. For me, it wouldn't be like, oh, I want to go on vacation. I just want to go see it. For me, it would be more like going to a museum, which I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Than necessarily like. So there are things that I want to go to do those things, but there's nothing that I can think of that's like I wouldn't mind like just going to Vegas and hanging out. But I honestly feel like if I was to go to Vegas, it would be work. Because I do with people I would feel like I need to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Like I just I couldn't it would make it so I can't relax. That's not saying I wouldn't have a good time.
I want to get back there so bad.
So
but I wouldn't be able to relax.
I went to Egypt 100 days before the fall. And that was intense. But I was like still Canadian, so like Canadian passport, we're all good. But if you do go, I suggest you go to Ambu Simbel, which is North Nile, which is south. Because if you like Sphinx, there's just you have to go see the statues at sunrise because the sun just comes up over.
Oh yeah,
and it's intoxicating. Like
I can believe it.
That's
the thing I would love to do.
Like the Mummy, like the actual movie where like the sun comes up and it's still like that.
Yeah. Now, that again, I would love that. EP said he signed autographs in Thailand because he's 6'2" and had Caps gear on. Del Rio.
In Japan, I kept getting stopped to take pictures because
they never seen a tall black man.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Straight up. So that was like at first I had to get like, oh, okay, I'm like a very rare commodity out here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like they coming up and asking for pictures. Like, all right.
From around there.
No, not even a little bit.
So
I get that.
Giza has a McDonald's next to it. It's sad.
Oh yeah, I'm down. No, I would go. I am that person. I would absolutely go to other countries just to taste their McDonald's.
Oh, it's great. It's different.
That's a thing I would definitely do. Like I'm just like, oh, they got McDonald's. I'm comfortable with that. Let's go do that.
So I want to go to Bangkok. Not Bangkok. Oh my God, Angkor Wat in Cambodia.
Oh, okay.
And then take a bicycle down.
Okay.
Go into Nepal and spend a week with the Gurkhas.
Vegas during the magic is awesome. I don't know what that means.
Neither.
I would love to go to Angkor Wat.
Yeah.
Again, like there are things I want to see.
Yeah.
Like,
so
there are some things that like
see
I would want to see.
The Blue Lagoon in Iceland is amazing if you have a chance. That is. That's one of like the world's wonders. That thing is. Woo. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm also like, there's a part of me that's like, for all the things that are around the world that would be really, really great to go and see, like there are also things that are like, well, they're here in the country I'm already in. Like there are things that are here where we live that like people just don't take advantage of because they live here, so they don't.
Like Mount Rushmore,
so they don't go visit. They don't. You said Rushmore?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could. No. 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 That wouldn't like.
If it was the Hokage's jokes, that'd be a different story.
Right. That might be
I can see that.
Yeah, no, like for something like that, for me, like I would rather go see just like I could go to Australia to see, I can't think of what it's called, the red it's the red mountain or the red. I would like to do that. I don't. They got a few more bugs than I care for, but
I
that's
agree
cool.
with
I
that.
could go.
I do
So
have a
I
slight inkling to want to see the Grand Canyon, but I don't want to stay. I just want to just see it. Like, is it
Right.
It's a
big as
lot.
they make it out to be? Like, yeah, but I have no desire to like go up and down and take trails. Nah, I just want to get close enough to the edge, and be like, okay, I'm
not
good.
gonna do that.
That's what you're gonna do. That's what you're
Yeah,
gonna do.
that's what I want to do.
I'm not going to the edge. You can have that.
Oh no,
Like,
I want to get close enough to the edge. I don't want to get to the edge.
Don't
Like,
push me.
Joe, have you been
'cause
skydiving?
I'm close to.
So, no, I have not been skydiving.
You want to?
I've done zip lining. No, I don't. I do and I don't. I have a fear of heights, but I will do ridiculous things. Like
You do roller coasters?
I do some roller coasters. The first time, so when I was younger, I saw somebody fall and get run over.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I was
Gotta
anti
do
roller coaster. And so it took my friends 3 hours to get me on a roller coaster on my 18th birthday.
I get it.
yeah.
I get it. I've seen somebody get hit by a car. I still cross the street. Like, I get it.
I was like, nope, there's no need for me to get up there. Like, this is an enjoyment thing. I'm not going to enjoy this. So I passed out. They finally got me on there. My knees were shaking. I was so scared. It went up, and as it came down, like, because it goes up right in the beginning,
Yeah.
like you get to the top.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me there was a loop, and that's what had happened when I was looking when I saw.
So were you just trying not to see it, like trying not to
No,
look
I
at the roller
passed
coaster?
out
So you
from
didn't
the
know.
fear.
No. I mean, like, you
When I
can
was
see
younger.
the roller coaster before you get on it.
Uh,
Like, you didn't know there was a loop on the roller coaster.
no, they told me it wasn't one with a loop to get me on it.
Oh,
And
that's nasty. I don't like
so
that.
when
It's a
we
dirty pool, yeah.
got to the top, I saw the top of the loop,
Mhm.
and as we were going down, I passed out from the fear,
Mhm.
and I woke up, and I was going into the second loop, and I passed
yeah.
out again.
Mhm.
And if somebody is that deathly afraid, I don't ever do that to them. Like,
My youngest did that on her first and second roller coaster rides. Like,
she
sat
passed
next to me and just like, we got to the top. It was one of those things, like, she wanted to do it, like, really wanted to do it. And I was like, okay, like, you're tall enough, so okay. And we got on, and as we were going up, I don't think she really understood how a roller coaster worked. So, like, as we were going up,
she's like, I want to get off.
She wasn't panicking. She just was like, we're higher than the trees. And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, that's like the parking lot. And I was like, yeah. We hit the first joint, and as we started coming down, she just like, eyes closed, head went down. I was like, well.
No, there it is.
I was like, I got you. And it's like, here's the thing. She was scared to death.
Yeah.
But I think still having the time of her life.
Yeah.
And like, when it was over, I was scared. I was like, yeah, you're not doing any more roller coasters. That's a wrap. Because we got up and she came back. We got to the second drop.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. As we were going down, it was like, she passed out. And I was like,
the window
we're
shutting
done.
down sound
We got
came
off.
up.
On the one that hangs.
No,
like,
this was like.
And so I was like, no, I will try a normal roller coaster. But yeah,
Sure.
if I could avoid them, I do. Now, that being said, I've been in a helicopter when it's like nosedived and like doing circles.
On purpose?
No.
Yeah.
No.
But
no.
I'm okay with that.
No.
Man.
No.
Okay. Hey, listen.
I feel you, Doctor Who.
As long as in your mind you can quantify being okay with one versus the other, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't.
The doctor has said the magic is every celebrity, fashion house, and stores go to sell their stuff to be put in stores. So the clubs, restaurants, everywhere is chock full of the best of everything. I mean, okay.
I get it. I want to get back to Vegas. I had some great memories. We used to go out there every year around my birthday. Me, mom, my brother, Terry at the time. Like I still got so fond memories of Vegas. So I definitely want to get back out there and get in touch with Vegas again. So I gotta plan that.
BP said he ain't jumping out of a plane unless it's going down. Unless that is going down. Like
facts.
At that point, it's a little too late. Yeah, I'm not jumping out nobody's plane. I'm not getting on a plane to jump off of a plane.
Yeah,
like, that's not.
I already got a fear of them, so that's.
I did the trapeze thing for one of the things that I was reviewing, like one of the movies, and they put me on the top, and I was like, they're like, you're just gonna lean forward, and I was like, what do you mean? Doesn't the thing come to you? They're like, yeah, but you got to lean forward and grab it, and that thing weighs a bit. Mm-hmm. It's not just like.
It's not like a piece of PVC pipe or whatever. No,
it's a metal bar with like wrapping, and the guy hooks you on the back, and you have to get to the edge and have your feet over the edge. And I'm like, so I should tell you now, I'm afraid of heights. And the guy was like, you're gonna be fine. But once I did the swing and got my feet over and like upside down and all that stuff, I was good. But the initial
having to grab it, lean and grab it,
lean and grab. I was like, "You have me," and he's like, "Trust me." And there's a net, and I was like, "Right, but
are you sure?"
Me. Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm one of the when I learned about gravity, I learned to respect it.
Right.
That's speaking as a short individual who has fallen from my own height. Like I'm not like I respect gravity. So like you understand what I'm saying? So like it's not like, does that make like you know what I'm saying? Like
I get it.
Have you ever been walking and trip and fall?
Yes, my flip flop exploded and I face planted.
Well, that's why you shouldn't be wearing flip flops.
Flip flops. I'm gonna tell you what. I tell my kids, like, you can't wear flip flops with me because you can't run in them. If you're not prepared to run barefoot, you're getting left.
Why are you running barefoot?
Because
you're wearing flip flops. You can't run in them.
But why are you running?
Who knows, Joe?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be prepared.
You gotta be prepared.
Why would you be wearing something that you couldn't run if you needed to?
Because you can take it off and beat the person with it.
Not a flip flop.
Not a flip flop.
No.
Not a flip flop.
Get at somebody with a flip flop.
Hey, listen. I know your flip flops are a size 10. You said it. However, I don't think it's gonna carry quite enough weight for it to be a threat. You can't even really throw like a real flip flop. You can't even really throw it well. Like it doesn't. Like they just.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't.
Wind will take that away.
You can stuff it down their throat.
Yeah, listen, that's for if you have no choice but to fight. Fight is the last thing. Run is the first thing. You understand what I'm saying? So you would be fighting because you can't run because you wore flip-flops. See what I'm saying?
No.
But if you had on something you could run in, like I learned to run in unlaced Timbs really, really well. Really, really well.
Okay.
It's a thing. It's a thing. You just never know. I'm the kind of person, Joe, that like when I go somewhere, I sit down. Like if I go to a restaurant I've never been in.
Yeah.
I agree, BP, but they don't be them foam ones. They be real jumps. They got
those are not. Yeah, I don't even think those are really flip flops. Those are like house shoes. That's not like it's different. Those are
those are wooden flip flops.
Yeah,
I've been hit with one of those. They are not soft.
Yeah, that's not the. Listen, you have to understand that, like, when I go somewhere I've never been, the first thing I do is look for the emergency exits. Like, people don't know it. That's just a thing I do. Like, if I go in a restaurant and I've never been in that restaurant, I look where are the exits, where are the bathrooms, and I don't sit with my back to the door ever. Okay. It's a thing.
I can respect that. I do.
So it's like, I just don't, and that's.
I have moved less. Like, no, you're not sitting there. I'm going to sit there.
Yeah, like it's a thing. Like there's just certain things that is like when my kids and I, when we walk down the street, like if the street is on the left, they're on my right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's just.
He does that to me.
Yeah, there are just certain things that just are part of it. Like, I open the door for my kids when we go somewhere. Like, we get in the car, we drive. Like, I open their doors.
Yeah.
People look, they're like, that's. People thought it was weird until they thought my kids were old enough for us to be dating. And then they didn't know. Like, they don't know, you know what I mean? They didn't know the difference. But
I do
yes,
the same
Heather,
thing, Doc.
stay ready.
I do the same thing. Yeah.
Who is after?
Am I a spy who's after me? Everybody's after you, doctor. It's not. Listen.
Just
Let me
be the
just
way
say.
your
Let me just say
surroundings.
this.
That's all.
I have been in situations. I have been in situations where if I had not been paying attention, me and some other people would probably not be here. Like, that's just it's just you just learn it. This is on like college campuses. Like, I also was like, I went to a New Edition concert at the Capitol Center.
Yeah.
Went to the same one.
I mean, it was probably the same concert. It might not have been the same
Yeah,
night.
same night, but yeah, same concert. Yeah.
And I can tell you, this was
Ladies
New
were-
Edition, Oaktown 357,
Mm-hmm.
MC Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It was a hell of a concert.
It was lit.
After the concert was over, everybody was piling into the hallways. You remember that, like, if you ever been to the Capitol Center, it's
Yeah.
just a big circle,
mm-hmm.
right? Everybody's piling into the hallways, and a fight breaks out, and this dude stabs this other guy, right? And I'm with my older sister and some of her older friends, and they like, and I'm like, I want to see what's going on. They're like, nope, you can't do that. You have to, like, you can't do that. And I was young, you know what I mean? But it was just one of those things where it's like, you just learn. Like, if there are enough things or even anything close to that, you learn to, like, I'm very chill. I'm calm. I can have a good time. It doesn't keep me from doing any of those kinds of things, but I'm always like,
Nothing wrong with being
all right.
prepared.
If something
just
happens,
aware. Yeah.
I'm going to be the person who's probably going to be responsible for ushering these more than likely drunk people out of this building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I just have to know. It's just kind of who it is. Dr. Who said, my husband is that way too. I'm entirely too chill. I mean, that's, you should be able to be chill if you're with him. That's,
Yeah.
I think that's cool. But like, it's just small things. Like, I taught my kids, like, if I'm in a parking garage, I never pull forward into a parking space in a parking garage. Always park backwards and always back as close to the wall as you possibly can, because you don't want anybody to be behind your car when you come to get in your car. Like, it's just stuff like that. If there's an emergency and you're actually gonna get in your car and try to leave instead of leaving on foot or running or whatever, you're never getting in the line inside of a parking garage if your car is facing backwards. Nobody's letting you back out and then turn to get in. You need to be able to pull out. It's stuff like that. Like, I just, so I don't go in the ocean.
The moral
of the story
is you don't go in the ocean.
I don't go in the ocean. I don't go in the ocean. I don't have anything against people who go in the ocean. I think it's cool. You have any idea how
for the most
how
part,
many
yes,
different ways you can die in the ocean? I enjoy looking at the ocean. I enjoy the sound of the ocean. I don't enjoy being in the water. Like, I don't enjoy the crashing. Like, I'm not one of those people who goes to, like, Six Flags and gets in the wave pool. I'm good. I don't need this joint knocking me over every time I try.
Bacteria infested mess. That's why.
Well, after watching that South Park episode, you're like, oh no, oh no.
VP, it feels that way. I just
you like the lazy river.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
I used to do that growing up.
Why not? Lazy river's cool. You know what I mean? I don't have anything against it, but I know how to get out of it real quick.
Just really shallow too.
Exactly.
Just know, if the zombie outbreak of the apocalypse or whatever happens, Gage is I'm gonna be wherever Gage is at, because that's gonna be the safest place.
Do we have a plan for the zombie apocalypse?
Man, we've had one ready since day one. I'm ready.
This is not a joke.
Ready.
We have an actual plan. This is not a joke. We have a plan for the zombie apocalypse, which technically means any apocalypse, but we have a plan.
Yeah.
Like, we know where we're going to go, where we're going to be, how we're going to do it, and how we're going to survive for, like, the first 3 days, at least.
Yeah.
At least. Like,
Maggie does have that plan as well, except that we have to go by William and just get him to get in the car, and that's it. Like, he has no responsibility whatsoever.
Just has to get in the car.
Just needs to get in the fucking car.
Here's what I'll tell you. You get one chance.
Yeah.
You get one chance. Hey, get in the car. If you don't, you're getting left.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
He's now good. When we're like, get in the car, he's like, he gets in the car. Before, he was like, what? What's going on? Why don't we just talk about it?
Shut up. Get in the car.
Get in the motherfucking car.
Right. There's no, we're not explaining.
This is not up for a discussion right now. Get in the car and let's go.
He's like, all right, I just need to get in the car.
See, Doctor Who said, I can be in until I can't see the bottom. If I can't see through the water, it's a no-go. Let me tell you something. What I can't see is what's in the sand. It's not even the stuff in the water. It's what's in the sand. They bury things in there. Things bury themselves in there. I'm good. Like the idea that somebody said to me once, they were telling me about getting stung by a jellyfish. Joe, have you been stung by a jellyfish?
I have not.
See? I was like, what do you mean you got stung by a jellyfish? And he was like, everybody's been stung by a jellyfish. No, sir. No, sir. That's not a thing. And he was like, I bet you. Everybody, let's go ask people. And I'm going to tell you, surprisingly for me, it was like 50-50. Like, people have been stung by a jellyfish. And I was like,
I'm pretty sure I've been stung by one before when I was little.
You got stung by one?
Probably when I was little at some point.
Nah, don't probably. I feel like if you had, you would remember it.
Yeah.
You should remember it. So,
ow. Like, that.
Yeah, it's not a,
there's like a rash. It's painful. Like,
yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't need that. So like, I was a Boy Scout. I can identify poison ivy. And I can identify poison oak. So if I go in the woods, I know what I'm not touching.
Nah, stay away from that.
I know we're not rubbing. But in the ocean, I mean, if I see them coming, sure. But they're clear. Like, I'm not like, and I'm supposed to be there just like relaxing, having a good time, throwing the Nerf or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what people do in the water.
Swim.
What do you do in the ocean?
Relax.
Do you relax in the ocean? So what do you just stand? What do you do in the ocean?
I like go swimming out, come back, dive, look for things.
Is that okay? Look for things is different. Is that better than the pool? The swim out and the dive?
Like looking for shells and like giant seashells and
there's shells on the beach though.
Yeah.
The sand is hot. I also don't like that. Sand's hot. I'm good.
That was black leather.
Correct. But worth it under the right circumstances. Very different.
I've done that before,
Very
BP,
different,
and followed around a sea turtle. I've done that before.
Who's snorkeling?
So I
Who's snorkeling, BP? I'm not snorkeling.
I've done that before.
That's cool. You can't touch the ground though. Like when you snorkel, like in the Caribbean, there was on the cruise, they took us snorkeling. I'd never been snorkeling before.
Mm-hmm.
And the boat didn't anchor or didn't beach itself. Like it stayed in the water. You had to get downstairs through a ladder and then just go into the water. And you couldn't touch the bottom of because it's all like preserved.
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah.
So I'd never done that before, and I never snorkeled before, and like my flipper was coming off, and I didn't clear out the tube thing correctly, so I started choking, and like I started panicking, and Maggie's like, "Take the thing out of your mouth, and just relax." And I was like, "Okay." So then I relaxed, and like it was fine. It took me a minute because like I have a fear of drowning in a tunnel alone, like stuck. And
That's
so
a real specific fear, but okay.
So I was just like, I don't want to like drown. I'm a good swimmer, so I was like, I don't understand, but it's different. Snorkeling is very different. So I got the hang of it, but it took me like a good 20 minutes.
Yeah,
like turtles and like they were swimming down below, and you saw like a family of fish.
Yeah, nah, I went on a cruise. We docked, I got off, and I got on another boat that had a glass bottom.
Yeah.
And I looked, that was my snorkeling.
Oh, did you
and
like
I tell you what, Zaina was like 4, maybe 5,
Okay.
And I put her on my shoulders, right? I was like, we're going to go downstairs. We're going to look at the fish, right? And I'm like, it's like being in an aquarium, but it's the real ocean, right? And we went down, and I was like, look at the fish. Her head was on my head. She was drooling. She was knocked out. She was asleep. She didn't see any of it. Any of it. I was just literally walking around carrying dead weight. This is what family vacations are. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not. It's not. Listen,
That's
I had
weird.
a great time on the cruise.
Take me to places and we'd go. Like, whatever it is that she was doing, that's what we did.
Sure. There are places that I'd like to go to see things, right? But again, for me, it's more like a trip to the museum. Like, there are things I want to see because I think there are some very incredible things that I want to see that aren't what are probably on most people's list. Like, most people aren't thinking about like Darren Kuyu or something like that. Like, those are the places I want to go. But like,
people in the States probably don't know what that is.
Correct, which is fine with me, which is perfectly fine with me, because I would rather go and there's not a bunch of people that are there to see it. But like, if you ever look up, if you just Google it, Darren Kuyu, you will see immediately, you're going to get pictures of like, it's this entire underground city that is like thousands of years old. Yes. And like, there were thousands of people that were living there. And it's like, how did they do this? What were they hiding from? They have doors that are on like these giant wheels that it's like they only lock from the inside. Like, they're hiding from something. They're locking themselves in here. They had livestock and like that kind of stuff is incredible for me. But there are also people who are like, let's go on a ghost tour.
I got those. They're nice.
Which is like, nope.
Which is cool.
Thank you.
But for me, it's a why. Like, here's what I want you to understand, Joe. I would be so happy / enthralled if you went on a ghost tour and came back and showed me the video. I'm good. That's why I have cable. That's why YouTube exists. That's why this Discovery Channel was made for people like me who like want to see it but don't want to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I got you. My dad went all the time. Yeah.
Totally cool with that. Like, there are people who want to climb mountains or go to the top of Everest. I don't need to go to the top of Everest.
I have no business going to Mount Everest. I'll go down to base camp.
Sure.
But that's it. Like,
I don't ever want to be that cold.
No.
Not by choice. I don't ever want to be that cold. Listen to me, Joe. If I'm ever that cold, we crashed. If I'm ever that cold, we crashed. Or just like it's the end of the world. Like the temperature just shifted. Or somebody's paying me a lot of money to move.
Man,
like,
speaking
a
of
lot
cold,
of money, like,
one of the most exciting and terrifying things I've ever done was snowmobile on a glacier.
Yeah.
You could not see, because you couldn't see, like, think about like if you open up like Windows Paint or something like that and it's just a white screen, that's all you see.
All you see.
You can't tell like where a hill or nothing.
Right,
like, if you lose the guy you're following, like, I'm like, how does this dude know where he is going? Like, everybody just stay in the line and stay focused.
He get paid the big
He's
bucks.
at home. Because he's in the ocean. He's in the ocean and you following him swimming in the ocean. Like, yeah, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, he was saying, like, you see that white area right over there? That's the hill. How do you know that's a hill? Trust me.
Nothing. There's nothing. Like, I can't tell if it's a wall, a hill, a flat, nothing.
I'll go in a haunted house, like at like a carnival.
No, I'm good.
Like, I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem.
Sin will talk good things about Superman before he does that.
No.
Maybe. He's like, no, I'm not trading that.
Both are hard passes.
I'm trading those. Hey, listen, it's been a super long show.
Yeah.
Joe, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. We need to get out of here. We're having a good conversation and having a good time. Joe's, one more time, just put Joe's link tree up for me. We're gonna shut the show down. So in order to do that, I want to tell you a couple of things. One, not this weekend, but the following weekend, we will be at HBCU Con. Mm-hmm. We have a panel. Let me show you this. It's really, really crazy. You probably can't even see it, but I highlighted it down at the bottom in red. Loading Snacks presents Being Comfortable Being a Geek. This panel is going to be like 2 hours, right?
Yes.
3 o'clock to 4:50. We're going to be joined by Cece the Greek, who's been on the show with us.
Yeah, I love Cece.
And Wendell. They're going to join us on the panel. So that'll be great. So again, we'll record it and upload it, and we're going to hang out and have a good time at HBC UConn.
My video was crapped out for a second.
Oh. So we'll be there. We have our panel approval for AwesomeCon.
Yes.
It got changed. Jokes, what is the time again?
Saturday, it'll be at 2.
Saturday at 2 o'clock at
Oh.
AwesomeCon. So another Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel. Guests to be announced. Determined already, but to be announced. That's coming up. And then there's just more and more coming from there. We're still waiting on some press badges and some more panel approvals and so forth, but they're out there. We're working on them. Stuff is coming. Jokes, you got a job to do.
Coming right now.
So, the Beacons link will be up. Follow us across Beacons. We needed a Beacons because we had too many links and we couldn't put any more links in Linktree, so we had to switch to Beacons.
Linktree, you failed this city.
You will be able to, tomorrow, you'll be able to go to our Beacons link and you'll be able to find Joe. There's a section there with all our friends and we put all their links and their images up, so we'll make sure that Joe is there so you can follow her from there as well. From there, you can get to our MCU chat, our anime chat, our wrestling chat, our Loading Snacks Movie Club group, which last night we had our discussion about Rocky. It was a really, really good discussion for an old movie. It's really good. Holds up really well. So yeah, if you're into movies and kind of we watch a movie every month and then we have a good long discussion about it in the chat. So we have a good time doing that. We have some new things that are brewing both within anime chat and wrestling chat, as well as a couple things that are going to be happening in the Loading Snacks Movie Club chat group. MCU chat. Let me explain why this is important. Every time something new happens with the MCU, a new show, a new movie, we always create a place there specifically for spoilers. So that if you've seen it and you need to talk about it, you can go there and feel free to speak on it without ruining it for other people.
Mm-hmm.
You have questions you want to ask, you want to get some things off your chest, you want to say what you like or you don't like, and you want to be able to speak freely. MCU chat is the place to be. There is a spoiler section specifically for Moon Knight. There will be one for
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness,
followed by Thor: Love and Thunder. There will also be one for Miss Marvel. Like, we're just gonna keep adding and keep adding and keep adding. So if you know anybody who's in the MCU and you know they like to talk spoilers, if you have anybody who's ever ruined it for you, send them to MCU chat and tell them not to do that to you anymore until you get there. We have been taking Spoiler Boys.
Spoiler Boys.
So the Spoiler Boys, where every week, again, when something big like that comes out, there's a Spoiler Boys episode for Spider-Man No Way Home. There's one up for the Batman. There are ones up for Book of Boba Fett. We just did the 3rd episode of Moon Knight. 4th episode of Moon Knight, Spoiler Boys, will post on Monday. The audio podcast will be available on Monday. Right, Jokes?
Yes, sir.
You get it done, and I'll take it and make it audio. So we're pushing the audio podcast and so forth now. So again, if you want to hear us talk about MCU stuff, new movies, things like that, Spoiler Boys is the place to be for those things. The audio is live. You can go there and check that out. We also do take the audio from the Loading Snacks Movie Club discussions and put those out there as well. I think that's everything. I do have a new podcast. It's called Good Conversation and Shenanigans.
Oh.
Bi-weekly, I get a group of folks together, 3 or 4 people, and everybody brings a topic. We don't discuss the topics ahead of time. No topic is off the table. We will talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't care if it's religion or race or politics or sports or comics or whatever you want to do. They tend to be 2 to 3 hours because we have some good conversation like we were having here. People come on, they drink, we hang out. So by all means, check that out. Good conversation and shenanigans. There's a video, YouTube channel, podcast, audio, all the above. Joe, thank you for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
I am very proud of you for sitting mostly still for 2 hours plus and being intense, just kind of hanging out with us. I greatly appreciate it. You are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
100%.
That is for
Thank you
sure.
guys for having me.
We love
For sure.
you.
I love hanging out with you guys, so it's too bad like we haven't had a chance. But
It's fixable.
slowly.
Totally
Slowly.
fixable.
100%. Yeah.
Totally fixable, and we will fix it.
Yes.
So, for myself, Gage, for Jokes, for Sin, and for Joe Colton, we're out. Toodles and loos. That means bye.